How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday again to you. But I went out to Walmart. I don't like to do anything on Sunday, but I went to church, but I don't like doing nothing on Sunday. I'm trying to start working out in the week to where I don't have to do like nothing on Sunday. But I'm just not the type of guy that likes to sit around not do anything. What I mean by that is like I like to play video games or something like that, or catch up on some of my movies. But I should use Sunday as a complete video playing game day. But anyway, speaking of video games, I was traveling down memory road. So I went out to Walmart today because I needed my oil changed. And I cannot believe how hard it is to change oil. Yesterday, I go to the store in the morning because I like to avoid people. And so I get up a little later than normal, but it wasn't that late. So I get there like 7:30, quarter to 8. And I go out there, I go in the back of Walmart. There's only like one car. And the garage doors are open, so I'm getting all happy and stuff. Go in there, and that woman sit there and said, it's a 2 hour and a half delay. I said, she goes, only thing I could think of, I got disgusted and I just like left. Yeah, I said, okay, and I just got in my car and left. So today I go to those places where it's got a separate building where they just change oil. That's what they do. You park behind each car and they just rotate. I went there and the guy, he's going like this and he comes around. I'm looking at him. I'm like, he goes, hey man, I'm telling you right out the riff, man. He says, but about 35-40 minute wait. He said, because we're doing this special project on this car over here and you got these two in front of you. I said, oh, all right, man. I said, no problem. I said, thanks, man. He said, no problem, man. I'm glad to help. I said, I appreciate that. So I pull off and I decided to go to Walmart again today and they got me in. And I almost was going to go home. And I was like, I'm going to go to Walmart and check it out. Thank God I listened to my instincts. So I got my oil change anyway. So anyway, he says, they took me in right away. I had to wait a little bit because they were busy. He took me in right away. And then he took the key and, they put on your phone. Oh, your car just got pulled in. You know how it goes. So anyway, I said, all right, man. He said, it'll be about 35 minutes before we're done. I said, okay. So I said, I'm going to just walk around. I needed to get a floor mat for my gym room. It's those runners that keep from getting your carpet dirty. I needed another runner. So I went and got me a runner. I just walked around. So I went to the video area. And when I got in that video area, I just started thinking about On Cue. Now I know y'all probably say On Cue. Do you guys remember a store called On Cue? And I was just sitting there looking at all the games, and I could still see my 3 little boys walking with me to On Cue. And it was in a store where they got the new Kroger's they got built. And I remember they got rid of all those little stores in there. And that used to be one of my favorite stores, On Cue. And I bet y'all watch this video, y'all be like, On Cue. It was a store called On Cue. They had games, they had cassette tapes, they had CDs, they had vinyl, they had t-shirts, they had all kinds of, my little boys, as old as they are now, they said, Dad, I remember On Cue. I said, yep. I said, I can't believe you guys. I remember you used to go in there and talk to those guys back there. And those guys was like 20 years younger, at least 20 years younger than me. They just was so cool to talk to. They were young and just, hey, what's up, man? What are you looking for? And then I talked to them about stuff, and they would just talk to me and stuff. Just some of the conversations in there. They had some girls in there that was just like super hot, and they were cool to talk to. And you look at them, you be like, dang, girl, you look good. I never tried to hit on them or anything, but they were so cute. But then they even was knowledgeable about what they were when they were in that store. I learned so much going to that store. But anyway, I was in Walmart and I was looking at all the games because I was waiting on my car to get done to get oil change, and I just started thinking about On Cue, and I said, why am I thinking about On Cue? And I remember that store. We don't have that around here no more. I tried to see if there's any locations. I think On Cue might still be in Canada or something like that. I don't know if they're still around. But yeah, On Cue. You guys ever heard of On Cue? Then after that, that was my favorite go-to. If I needed to see, at that time, I wasn't into video games as much at all because I was trying to raise those kids of mine. I had one that I didn't get to see. I had one I never even knew I had. And then I got my 3 boys with me, and we was just going through a rough patch, but we hung in there. But I go in there, they say, what are you looking for? And I told them, and I said, it had a song like, and they go, oh, I think I know what you're talking about. And they'd help me out. And now I would just sit there and just have conversations and stuff in there, man. God, man, I miss all that stuff. And then my second go-to store was EB Games, and it was in the mall. And I love EB Games. I used to go in there. I used to love their layout. And they was around for a long time. Then one day I walked in there and they said, oh, man, the GameStop's buying all the EB Games out. And I said, GameStop? They said, yeah. At this time, I wasn't really big into GameStop. I've never really been a big GameStop guy. But I did eventually like GameStop. But EB Games, man. I love EB Games, and my kids remember EB Games because we used to go in there, and again, man, the people in there was much younger, and they, you know, they knew their customers when they walked in there, and they would talk to them, and they just get to know their customers. It's so weird because when you go in those stores, man, no matter how many people go through there, they get to know some of those people, and know what they're like, and know what their stuff is. Hey, man, if you heard of so and so, hey, man, if you heard of this, hey, you might like that. And I was like, really? Go, yeah. And then there was but On Q and EB Games was, I had such, you know, fond memories of both those stores. And I miss, you guys, I ain't gonna lie, I miss those days, you know. I miss those days where I used to go, oh, I just love the layout. I just love the feel of those places, man. Just the feel of it, man. Just the feel of it. It's just, you just don't have that no more, you know. I ain't gonna lie, I got some movies coming in from Amazon, don't get me wrong. But I used to go to this place, I wish I knew the name of it, was at the mall. It was a place that had vinyl, shirts. They'd order movies for me. And that was and that place, if I knew the name, I'd bring that name up. But I got to know those people. And I used to sit in there and I'd buy something and I'd sit there for 35, 40 minutes just talking to those people. Just like I did in EB Games, man. These guys was, hey, man, you know, it was just like a bright and just, you know, and they were good at what they were doing in the store. I know it's hard to explain, but, oh, God, man, anyway, I just thought I'd drop a short video about that, man. On Q. Do you guys familiar with it? On Q and EB Games. I know everybody knows what EB Games is, but I know a lot of y'all probably know On Q. And my kids, to this day, my oldest is 33, and my youngest is 28. But the three boys, they say, hey, Dad, you remember when you used to take us to On Q? I really like that store. It had an impact on them when they were little. And, you know, because I walk in there with them, you know, of course, they little boys, they just want to walk around, look at everything. It was probably like, you know, you had T-shirts over here, you had rock T-shirts, you had all kinds of different types of shirts with all kinds of different type of stuff. You had all kinds of, oh man, guys, anyway, I just thought I'd drop this video, man. I ask you guys, did you remember On Q? And I know you remember EB Games, because I think GameStop bought them off. But I did enjoy GameStop before they kind of got, you know, whatever they got. I used to go in there, I think it was about 5 years ago. I don't go in there that much no more. I still walk in there, but it's not the same. And when I used to go in there, I used to know everybody. But now I go in there, it's just, GameStop's, they're not EB Games. EB Games, man, was just something about that place. And On Q. Man, I'm as old as I am. I think I was in my late 30s or early 40s in On Q. I remember when they left. I remember I just used to go by and say, man, I'm going to miss that store. And I did. And there was cute girls in there. They go up there and says, oh, I know what song you're talking about. And then they would get it for me. And then they look at me and say, I can't believe you listen to that. I said, whatever, you know. And it was just, God, you guys, I miss it. I just thought I'd drop that memory lane down to you. Do you remember On Q? I know you remember EB Games. Of course, everybody knows GameStop, but I tell you what, GameStop, 7 years ago, there was people in there, I used to actually go in there and get games, and, you know, I'll still go in there and buy a game every now and then. Normally I order everything on Amazon, but I used to go in there and they'd be like, hey man, what's up, man? And, you know, they're so much younger than me, but they just was just so bright and so, but I don't have that no more, but Anyway, I was getting my oil changed. I had to walk around, wait on my truck to get done, and I was just in Walmart looking at their little collection, and I got thinking about On Q. On Q. On Q. Wow. God bless, take care, and we'll catch you next video. We'll see ya.